Good morning, everybody. Tony Galina here with Aqua-Terr Systems Inc. I'm the managing partner. We have been making sustainability possible since 1982 with environmental consulting, feasibility, project management. We have over 50 years of combined environmental consulting experience in the office available to us. And today, I just got done doing push-ups. I do push-ups every morning and squats, so I'm a little out of it, but not every morning. I do it throughout the day because it's a lot easier to maintain, like working out, if you just do like a little bit when you can, right? So I started with like 1 or 2 push-ups after a meeting, and now I'm up 25. So pretty stoked. But anyways, want to share this with you guys. So this is our Hedgehog Concept. Something I brought up a few weeks ago or a couple days ago, and so we've spent about 6 months working on this thing, actually about 7 or 8 months now, since January. And it's from a book called Good to Great. And in the book, what the guy does is he studies businesses that were doing average market, and then they jumped up to like 7 times the market for a prolonged period of time. So it wasn't just like a blip. So he studied all these businesses. I think he had 15 of them. One was like Walgreens. The next was like some random steel company I can't recall the name of. But they all had the same thing in common. They had this hedgehog concept that they kept to, right? So they made all their business decisions based on their hedgehog concept. And so here it is. There's more things in the book. There's actually 5 different things in the book. But this is the last thing. The hedgehog concept is the last thing. And the first thing I think was like level 5 leadership, which is essentially just like humble leadership. The second thing is getting the right people on the bus and the wrong people off the bus. It's pretty self-explanatory. Number 3, I think might be, I don't recall. And there's one more thing I don't recall either. But number 5 is the hedgehog concept. And so so each one of these 15 companies that did great versus when they were good answered these questions. Maybe not intentionally, maybe not consciously, but they made these decisions off of these questions. And they had to have yes at every single one, right? So we'll go over that real quick. So here, I'll go this way. First question is, what can we do best in the world? Now this question is good because it's not what are we best in the world at? It's not what do we want to be. It's what can we be the best in the world at? And after months and months of working on it, we decided on the retreat, we can be best in the world at listening. Listen, right? We listen to the environment. We have accurate environmental consulting. We listen to our clients. We listen to each other. We listen to the needs of everyone involved. And we can respond to that, right? Like we make a distinction between listening isn't just like stuff going in your head. It's going into your head and then you respond to it. And only when you respond to it do you truly listen to it. So, so one of the things we talked about is like, what's the consequence of not listening? Well, a big consequence is that you don't respond appropriately to the needs that are addressed in front of you. So you don't get to go to where you want to go. So listen, we can do best in the world. We can listen. What are we deeply passionate about? This one is pretty what you would expect from an environmental consulting firm, being exceptional stewards, right? That's what we really, really care about. That's what we're deeply passionate about. Now this one's a little interesting. What drives our economic engine? And what drives our economic engine right now, and we're still working on it, is profit per sustainable land development project. Profit per sustainable land development project. So that means our focus is on the projects, right? In terms of what drives our economic engine. This is a weird question because it's in the book it describes it as an insightful singular metric. If you can get to a singular metric, an insightful singular metric that drives your industry, right? So it's not just ATSI, but it's your industry. and there's lots of other economic metrics involved, but the book challenges the reader, the person trying to answer this question, to try to come up with one singular one. Like, if there's one more metric more important than anything else, what would it be? And after discussions and talking about it and talking to other, accounting professionals, we've got to come up with this: profit per sustainable land development project. So what does this mean? It means that for every single project that we work on, we're going to make our business decisions to be most profitable on a single project, right? So this means, to us, is what this means is more services. And we've done that, right? We have feasibility, we have environmental consulting, we have design, now we do general contracting. So those 4 different services are all on one project. So that fits the industry, our insightful industry metric that we came up with, right? So there's a bunch of other cool things with this metric. For example, this focuses on multiple projects. Like this highlights the importance of a diversity of projects, not just a couple of big clients, right? Environmental consulting, the diversity of clients, in consulting in general, environmental diversity of clients is so important. It's so important because you may be really good with someone for a long time and then they like someone else and then you're out. So diversity of clients are so super, super, super important. And this highlights this, but we're still kind of working this stuff out. So this stuff can change over time. And so what you do is you get a decision and you think, okay, are we listening? Are we listening in this decision? Yes. Are we being exceptional stewards with this decision? Yes. Are we centered around what drives our economic engine? Profit for sustainable land development? Yes. And then we can go with it, right? But the problem with only quote unquote good companies is that they'll often shoot all over the place, right? They'll land here maybe, or they'll land over here, or totally outside of it, but many are in here, but most of it is out. So the great companies focus on their Hedgehog Concept, make all their decisions with a yes to every one of these bubbles. And so that's what we did. Spent a bunch of time focusing on that. And so that kind of gave us a great target, pathway forward. So yeah, super exciting to finally get that flushed out. Anyways, that's today's tactical wetland update, if we're going to call it that anymore. But there you go. Let me know if you have any questions, and if you want to talk about the Hedgehog Concept or what your Hedgehog Concept is. I'd love to talk to you about it. And hey, have a great day. Take care.